On this edition of Stay Home and Eat, we are making a Maine classic bean hole baked beans. It's a traditional way to cook baked beans in which you actually dig a hole in the ground, bury a pot of baked beans amid some hot coals and fire, and cook them overnight. What we've done is we have dug a bean hole, basically about 3 foot through the middle, and lined it with rocks, built the fire inside. When the coals get hot, we're going to bury a pot of beans in the bean hole, cover it up, and cook it overnight to make bean hole baked beans. So while we're waiting for the fire in the bean hole to cook, talk about the bean recipe itself.
The bean recipe itself is my grandmother's recipe. It calls for 2 pounds of beans. Today we are using Jacob's cattle beans, which are a bean that my grandfather grew in his garden. It calls for a ½ pound of butter, which I substitute for a pound of salt pork, because everybody fights for the salt pork. Also have 1 1/4 cup of molasses, 3 tablespoons of minced onion, 2 tablespoons of ground mustard, and then boiling hot water to cover.
And at this point we are just getting the fire going. And what we're looking for is a nice bed of coals to form. You don't want to put the beans in when the fire is actually blazing, but you want the fire to die down. So there's a nice bed of coals. And what you're going to do is you're going to shovel out some of the coals, lay the bean pot in, and then put those coals that you took out back on top and cover everything up in the bean hole and let it cook overnight. It's the following morning. We put the beans in the bean hole. You saw the fire that we had going. We let it burn down to coals. The reason that we didn't videotape the putting them in, though, we were so concerned and worried that we wouldn't have gotten it right, that we didn't bother filming it. But we ended up putting the bean pot in the hole with the hot bed of coals, shoveled some coals around and on top to make a nice little snug coal oven in the bean hole, covered them with dirt, and let them go overnight. We came down here this morning and took the beans out of the hole, and here's how they came out. I think they look done, don't you? But the true test is the spoon. We have to taste them.
They smell good.
Mix them around a little bit. Oh, you did good. There's a lot of moisture there. Didn't absorb a lot of moisture. I wonder if they're done. Crunchy?
Mm-mm. They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
I bet you they would absorb now. Are they done?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They're not kidding. Oh my God. They are outstanding.
There you go. Genuine Maine bean whole beans. As always, we'll post the recipe online here as well. Your comments are always welcome. And don't forget to shoot us a note, stayhomeandeat.com.